In terms of awakening psychedelics and mystical experiences, like once upon a time, I had quite a bit of LSD, and I had a trip one day, and I was listening to loads of brand new music by an artist called Illuminati Congo, and he like is talking about psychedelics and awakening, and so that's why it's relevant. Is I was exploring this new music artist that I just fell in love with while I was on LSD, and it was a super adventure. I was loving it. It was just like an endless catalogue that I just fell in love with, of like the coolest music I'd ever found that was relevant to the substance that I was on. He talks about LSD, etc., and I was loving it. I was having a good time, and I was downloading the messages from the tune easier because I was in a psychedelic state, so I was in resonance with it more. You get me? But regardless of that, eventually it seemed like the tunes just played out, and it seemed to auto-play onto a video. And I was just in my bed, my computer's on the other side of the room, and I can see my monitor, and it seemed to just stumble onto a autoplay video of some nature. So I'm just sat there on LSD, this nature video comes on, and it's basically like, it's like a sleep video where like you can get these videos that are like 12 hours long, and it's just relaxing music with nature visuals, nature sounds, and it's supposed to help you sleep, you know, like birds and rain and frequency and maybe some gentle piano. One of those just come on like on a whim while I was on this LSD, and I wasn't expecting it. It just went off of the songs that I was listening to. And I'd already been super experienced with psychedelics. I've had many like awakening and spiritual mystical experiences with psychedelics. And yeah, I was just watching this video of nature, and it was like a snowy drone. Yeah, it was a drone shot of a snowy forest on a mountain. So like big rocky environment, loads of snow, loads of big trees, snow everywhere, and it was raining and it was snowing, and I was just watching this scene of nature. Just, you know, it's just like, it's so like central, it's so primal, it's just nature, it's just a forest, like, you know, can't get much more fundamental than that. It's just the drone shot of some trees, right? And I'm just watching this very natural video while on this LSD, and I'm looking at it, and I kind of just let it roll. I wasn't like, I didn't think too much about it. The video just come on, and I just watched it. I just watched this nature video on this LSD, and I remember distinctly I got this inkling of like, I was looking at it like, I don't know, because obviously when you're on psychedelics you're kind of in that sacred space a bit. I remember, wow. Look, it's hard to explain, yeah, because it's all around you. If you could recognise what I recognised on the LSD, then you could recognise it right now. But we tend to be in a lower frequency than some of these pinnacle psychedelic states. Like, we're not always in this super highly conscious state that the LSD was putting me in. But I was watching this nature scene, and it really struck me in my heart, emotionally. I remember seeing a shot of like some rocks on the ground surrounded by snow, and the rocks had like water droplets over them, and that's it. It was just a rock on the ground with water on it, like, because it was raining and it was snowing. And I was like, I was looking at it on LSD, and I remember thinking almost like, I know it can be hard to understand, it depends how deep you've gone with this type of stuff, but I just said out loud, like, almost to the universe, like, I don't know what it was, I was, like, really in touch with this video. I was like, what are you trying to tell me? I remember distinctly thinking that. What are you, like, because what it was weird, yeah, it's like, because I was watching this music, I was really into this music and these music videos, and I was loving it, and then this video just come on out of nowhere of this nature, and that's why I was like, what are you trying to tell me? Almost, because, give me a sec. I don't know, it's like I could almost really understand, like, but it was weird, like, it just come on, like, by itself, and I was in a psychedelic state anyway, which can be kind of synchronistic. But I mean, I'm not trying to imply that there's any deeper meaning. It's just like I recognised deep beauty in this nature drone shot, right? When I like there was a man walking his dog as well, and they were walking past these rocks with water on them, and I was looking at the rocks with the water on them, and the amount of beauty that I could see in a rock with water on it was like, I can't describe it, and the beauty was so deep that it literally like broke my heart, and I literally cried. I just cried looking at like nature. It was just a drone shot of a snowy forest, and it fucking broke my heart. Just like watching like just a normal man walk with his dogs, like that wasn't even on the screen half the time. It was just like physical earth, looking at a tree and looking at a rock and looking at some water and some snow, and I was watching it. It wasn't trying to provoke commotion, it was just a peaceful shot of nature, and I just watched it on LSD, and I was like I don't know how to describe it. It's like I'm looking at the earth, but I'm so conscious while I'm doing it, like, and like, that's it. And you can do that. You don't need to. You can go to a nature now. Go around the corner. Go up the block to the local nature, and you can just observe a tree, or a bush, or anything in reality at all, basically. And if you become conscious enough of what you're looking at, and it can bring you to tears. It wasn't a bad thing. I don't mean broke my heart as in negative. It was like, it's like beauty. But what you recognise is that what you're observing, like, is you. In terms of, you grow out of the earth. We've spent our whole lives on this planet. Like, you know, the amount of people we meet, like, there's something so sacred in everything. And it depends on your internal state whether or not you can recognise that. But that's it, I just see like a man walking his dog through nature. And when you really understand what you're looking at, it will bring you to tears. And that's awakening. It's actually processing the truth. It can be hard for some people to understand, because most people are actually defending their heart because they're scared of feeling. It can be a lot to open your heart, in terms of like, if you let yourself be compassionate, if you let yourself have an open heart, it can hurt when you watch people suffer. So you close your heart, you go into like ego consciousness, and you can hate on people and defend yourself and kind of be an ego like that, because it can hurt to have your heart open, because there's a lot of pain in reality. So people close their hearts. People can get hurt in their life, maybe trauma, maybe a past relationship, and it can hurt your heart to the extent where you actually close your heart. And this can happen to people unconsciously, where you close your heart in order to avoid feeling, because feeling can hurt. Love hurts. Don't you get it? This is the earth you roam. Can't you feel it? The love, the pain, the moment, the truth. When I was going through this experience, essentially watching some form of like-minded content like this, that's it. I only observed what was. I watched humans on Earth, and it broke my heart, because truth is so blinding, and the experience felt like insanity, to be honest. How is it that beings roam this place? How is it that you are one of those? How did any of this come to be? Your experience is as potent as your awareness. It's all been right in front of you the whole fucking time, and this is the beautiful thing about awakening, is you don't have to wait. You're waiting on your own awareness to wake the fuck up. Everything's waiting for you. You just have to learn to wake up. You don't have to live the same day as yesterday. You don't have to repeat the last minute you lived. You can change it all with your awareness now by recognizing and appreciating and loving. Where did it come from? What is it? How is there anything? Where is it? And who's observing it? Don't you see how much beauty there is in this scene? What's this? Loads of man coming down this hill skiing. Think about all these individuals. Half of these people here are family. Everything they're all going through, you could have been one of these people. I don't know who's watching my story right now, who's looking at this video that I'm filming right now, but that could have been you. Coincidence, synchronicity, it could have been. It could be you in a future incarnation, or it could have been you in a past incarnation. But that's it. It's right in front of you. All I did is I looked at this on LSD and I fucking had a fucking meltdown. I don't need to explain it. Wake up. Think this could be a day out, a family day out. It likely is. Barely of these people are going to be going alone, you know. People are going to be going with their girlfriend or their family, their loved ones. Remember how nostalgia feels? When you look at images of past holidays you've had with your family and friends and girlfriends, etc. Nostalgia. That's love. Life is love. You are inside a story. Nothing lasts forever. Look at it! It's fucking genius! In life, it's easy to get caught up in the midst of your general problems, your to-do list, etc. And often I am. Often we are. But once upon a time, when I was in the midst of general life, trials and tribulations, I had a mushroom trip. And I saw fantasy world from the outside, looking in. I essentially died. I experienced death. Basically, could you imagine if you died, and if you as a ghost were watching your human life from the outside? Like, you couldn't interact with it, you was just watching your personal life, but you died, you're not physical anymore, you are a ghost, you're a phantom, you're looking at your human life, your human incarnation that you can no longer interact with from the outside, right? I essentially experienced that on a mushroom trip. I was listening to an album that was written from the perspective of a ghost. The concept of the album is called I Didn't Mean to Haunt You by Quadeca, but the idea of the album is that the guy who's writing the album, the lyricist, died, and he is looking at his life from the outside. So I listened to that album while peaking on like 7 grams of mushrooms, and because I was more susceptible because of the mushroom dose, I managed to basically embody his perspective. So I basically became, physically, I felt, this was a very large experience, a huge psychedelic enlightenment that happened about 2 years ago, is I became a ghost looking at my life from the outside. I died. Imagine if you just died on a whim. Do you see how that puts all of your trials and tribulations, all of your problems, everything into perspective? It's like you're so caught up in trying to be good enough for everyone. And you're valid for doing that, kind of, but also like that. And yeah, I was in the midst of that mode of trials and tribulations, and then I just downloaded this thing on mushrooms by listening to this Ghost album, and all of a sudden I was taken out of my life, and I was watching it from the outside as if I had died. I was from the perspective of if I had died, but I could still see my life, and it puts it into perspective. It's like there's so much beauty around you and you're still inside it, and we fail to recognize the core that's right in front of us.